Well done everybody, you worked really hard during that circuit, and a bonus to those who managed to get round to the circuit twice. So let's just do a cool down now. We're going to start off with a march. I want you to take your toes forwards and you're going to take your hands up in front of you. That's it. Again, this could be done seated. I'm just standing up. Last one of those. Well done. We're going to tap backwards this time. Reach backwards with your toes. From the side it looks something like this, and I want you to take your thumbs backwards. Turn your thumbs out. Turn your thumbs out. That's it. Big stretch of your chest, opening up your chest as you're doing this one. Another 3. 3, 2 and 1. I'm going to go sideways now, up and down, up and down. If you're seated, take your knee out to the side. Take your knee if you are seated. Three more. 3, 2 and 1. Tap heel forward this time. We'll have a curl. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And back to a march. Cross your hands over or you reach up and down. Let's see if you can have a little clap at the top and back down. And again. You come right over your head and back down. 1 more. Up and back down. Very good. Alright, so feet a little bit wider apart. I want to take your hands behind you. Just have a swing. Use your toe, the heel that I'm lifting off, that's the toe that you're going to be pushing with. Push with your toe, twist around. Nice and slowly. You don't want you getting giddy. Pause in the middle if you need to before you twist around again. Last one and back to a march. Let's have a look now at a couple of stretches. So we're going to start off with a chest stretch, lifting those shoulders back and down. Put your hands either on your bottom or on your back there, or that way, or holding on to the back of the chair. Shoulders are back and down. Just squeezing those shoulder blades together, just lifting your heels now. Nice easy breathing. Always breathe through your stretches. Alright, so that's the first one. Well done. Give those arms a shake. Back of the arm. Now we're going to work on, take your hand on your shoulder, take your hand down your back, push your elbow up, keep your chest lifted. Try and keep your head in line with your spine. Okay. And you can use this other hand, the opposite hand, to keep your elbow up and back down again. Same with the other one. Hand on your shoulder, walk your hand down your back, opposite hand on your first elbow, and just pushing your elbow up. That's it. Stretching out this muscle here, your triceps, back of your arm stretch. Well done. Okay, and then lowering that arm. Give your arms a shake. Next one I want you to do is just put your 1 foot forwards. You're just going to rock back and forth for the moment. Rock back and forth. And as you're doing that, I want you to just sort of like a bit of breaststroke. Thumbs down. As you come around, keep those thumbs down. Little pause. Change over legs now. So you're rocking back and forth on the other leg. Hold it there this time. 3, 2, 1, and again. Let's try that again. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back. Very good. Alright, so we've got a couple of stretches now for your legs. So we'll start off this time with your calf stretch. If you can stand up, maybe behind your chair or with your hands on the wall, standing close to your chair, put your toe backwards, heel to the floor, bend your front knee. If you're seated, I'll show you that one in a minute, you're just going to make sure that you bend your front knee and that your back foot is pointing forwards. Okay, so that's how you do it standing. If you're seated, you're just going to put your heel forward, your knee bent with your toe turned up. And that's what you do for if you're seated, that's how you do your stretch. Okay, so if you haven't already changed over legs, please do so now. So this is a seated calf stretch behind the chair or against the wall, like so, would be your standing calf stretch. Okay, so from there, now first of all you really need to hold that stretch maybe for about 15 to 20 seconds. The next stretch is going to be for the back of your leg. It's a lot easier doing it seated, but if you want to do it standing, I'll show you in a minute. Seated, you sit on the front third of your chair, put your leg forward, relax your leg. You shouldn't be hurting here, it should be a nice straight leg. If it's slightly bent, it could be because you sat too far back. So hip walk to the front of your chair, put your hands on your bent knee, sit nice and tall and hinge forwards. Eyes are looking about 2 yards in front of you. Holding it again, you're breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. A breath in, just come up slightly, go back down again, and I want sort of a couple of breaths while you're counting to 5 as you're breathing out. Breath in and then go back down again. So you're holding this one again about 20 seconds. And then change over legs. If you want to do it standing, you can do. So if you're standing, you can have your feet hip width apart, put your one leg forwards, 2 hands on your bent knee and just draw that heel back. If your foot has got a tremor in it, then perhaps you might like to put your foot down. I'll show you from the side, so you can have your heel there. Knee is behind my toe on that foot. If you've got a tremor, put that foot down. It's a slightly different stretch. You're stretching out different muscles of your hamstrings there. Okay, but that's still a valid stretch for your hamstrings. Right? Okay, coming up from there, say 20 seconds for those. The next stretch is for the fronts of your legs here. I'll show you standing to start with. You might want to hold on to a chair or even the wall. Eyes forward, knees slightly bent. Lifting your foot, keep your knees together, hips forwards. So you've got a nice stretch down your front, all the way down to your knee there. If you can't hold on to your ankle, you can hold on to the back of your shoe or even your trousers or your socks. Alright, for that one, another way of doing it standing is, that's where I'd normally sit. I'm going to put my foot where I normally put my feet, but the wrong way around. Other knee is resting on it, and again, I am standing nice and tall. Try and keep your eyes forward whilst you are doing this one, again for balance. If you're seated, a bit more difficult, a bit more tricky. You need to sit over onto the side of the chair, take your foot backwards and push your hip forwards. Okay, even if your foot is there, see if you can get that sort of movement here where you're stretching out this part of your muscle here. Okay, there we are. Again, you can hold that one maybe 15 seconds. See how you get on with that. Do that on both, either leg. Okay, alright then, so coming up from there now then, just to finish off, let's just have a few arm movements. In fact, we'll just use one arm and then the other arm, and we'll pull a few bows and pull a few bows that way. Nice big stretch. You can shoot the furthest arrow. Breath out, breath in, one more each way, breath out, breath in, last one. Well done. Alright, few exercises for your neck. First one I want you to do is to look over your left shoulder. How far around can you turn your head? And then relax. Look around to your right shoulder and relax. And again. Right. Your left, sorry. And right. And again. Left. And right. Okay. Put your head on your shoulder. Nice, easy breathing, a breath out. And a breath in. If it feels stiff, you might want to just give it a little bit of a rub. And then lift your head back up. Put your head the other side. And again, give your neck a rub if it feels stiff. And back up. One more on each side. And up and back down the other way. And back up. The next one, I want you to put your head right back. So keep breathing out. And a breath in to relax. So from here, breath out. As you push your head back, you can feel these muscles in your back contracting as well as you're doing that. And relax. And again, breath out. And relax. One more time. Breathing out. And relax. Well done. A little bit for your face now then. If there's anybody else around in the house, they'll come and wondering what on earth is going on. But if there's nobody in the house, you can shout as loud as you like. We're going to say the vowels one at a time, and I want you to use your facial expression as much as you can and make the vowel as silently as loud as possible, as it were. Okay, so it start off with A, so it's going to be A. Well done. E. And a breath out. Breathing out as you're speaking. I. O. You. Well done. You can say it silently if you want to, but if you really want those vocal cords working, you might want to say it nice and loudly. Well done, everybody. If you want to do some floor work, we'll move on to that in a second. Thank you.